Hi, I'm McGrath. I'm 21 years old and I firmly believe that youth and exuberance outmanage maturity and savvy. Now, we all know that youth is a period of growth and development and a state of having vitality and freshness. More importantly though, exuberance is the quality of being enthusiastic, lively, joyful, passionate, and having an abundance of vitality. Exuberance is a positive and an enabling quality. The term is not, however, characterised by irrationality or irresponsibility. I'm standing in a room of 1,300 managers, so you all know that to manage means to change for a purpose or to succeed in accomplishing, while outmanage means to manage in a more effective way. One can outmanage in business as well as lifestyle, time, people, situations, finance, or even the future. Wow. Maturity involves having completed that natural growth. Savvy is a practical know-how and understanding and being familiar with the tried and tested methods of a particular area. And from where I stand, that experience just hasn't got us to a very good place. My fellow team members and I wish to stress that age is not necessarily a determining factor in this debate. One does not have to be young to be exuberant. In the same vein, maturity and savvy do not apply exclusively to older people. But there is one thing there is no debate about. Now is the time for exuberance, and youth is the multiplier effect for that exuberance which the world so desperately needs. We believe that youth and exuberance do indeed outmanage maturity and savvy because to manage, one requires flexibility, the ability to see things from a new point of view, and the ability to learn new things quickly, and boundless enthusiasm, which are all features of exuberant people. So, what's my personal take on how youth and exuberance outmanage maturity and savvy? Well, as you can tell by my choice of attire today, I'm a girl guide, and I have been since I was 7 years old, and no, I just decided not to leave after all that time. In that role, I help manage the ALAVE program, which is the program developed for 18 to 30-year-olds. I'm also a qualified leader of youth. I study psychology, I work, and I care about contributing. I'm not in charge of a billion-dollar company, I'm not the Deputy CEO of Brisbane City Council, and I don't run my own business like the lovely ladies in the negative team. But I manage my time, and I manage my energy and my resources so that I can live my life well and hold the roles I do in the Girl Guides organisation. And I have some pretty cool badges to show for it. Check this one out. That one took me 3 years to finish, and it was presented to me by the Governor. Now, how many ladies on the negative team can say that they've done that? I approach my life and my volunteering with enthusiasm, optimism, and a love of solving a good problem. In fact, I think that's the only way I, or anyone, can approach the world that we now live in. When I bring these qualities to the table as a leader of young guides, or as a leader amongst my own peers, I can't help but notice that people respond to that energy. And then I spread my love of guiding and helping people to the next guide, and they spread it to the next guide, and then we create a whole bunch of girls and young women who have the energy and the willingness and the attitude and the skills to change the world. And I have to say, I'm pretty proud of that. You only have to look at the daily news to see that society has got itself into a little bit of a knot. And believe me, I'm a girl guide. I know my knots. And the only way to manage our way out of it is by looking at problems in a new light and to try new things. I'd like to try a new thing right now. I'd like to try an experiment who can undo some knots the fastest out of these two teams. I'd love to call in my lovely assistant, Lara. Look, isn't she exuberant? Thank you, Lara. These knots are identical, by the way. They're all the same. So if you'd love to chuck some knots over to the negative team, thanks, Lara, and some on the affirmative table, and we can see who can get them undone the quickest. Now, hang on a second. I'll time it. Ready, set, wait for it. Go. Oh, look. Oh, look. Oh, wow. Come on, negative team. Keep going. Oh, no, look. I'm just going to finish my speech because they might be a while. You see, this is why we need exuberant people. Quick starts who are unafraid to give something a go, who don't struggle with the new and the quirky. These savvy people, the mature people, are the ones who got us into this situation we're in. In the world today, if we're going to make progress, experience just isn't enough. Now is the time for youth and exuberance. We need a bit of exuberance today in all walks of life, whether it's moving in a new direction, moving people to do things that they couldn't do before, or just moving your feet to show a bit of energy. Da 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 da. Now is the time for youth and exuberance to change the world.